It has been some interesting past days for the people of Rivers State as the emergency rule comes to an end and all democratic institutions have seen reinstatement by a presidential order and a statement released by the presidency where President Bola Tinubu lifted the emergency rule. Today, we saw Governor Siminalayi Fubara attending his very first service, Sunday service, since his reinstatement as Rivers governor when he was suspended in March of this year. The governor was in the company of his wife, Valerie Fubara, and various stakeholders at the St. Paul's Anglican Church in his hometown of Opobo in the Opobo-Nkoro local government area. And he's calling on the church to remain steadfast in prayers as his administration begins afresh. Take a listen to him.
We wouldn't have survived it without your prayers. So we're here to say, first, thank you to the Almighty God, and thank you for these my native people who have always made this sacrifice of fasting, praying for my survival, praying for my health, praying for anything that will bring shame upon my life, that God should remove it. And here now, I'm here to say, God has answered your prayers. Thank you. Continue to pray for us, because we are starting the journey again. And the prayer is even needed more at this time.
That's Governor Siminalayi Fubara, the governor of Rivers State. Well, it might be a Monday for him to hit the ground running. And since he said he's starting afresh, let's take a look at what this means for the nation in terms of our democracy, the precedents these have served, and of course the people of Rivers State, particularly in the midst of the governance issues and the political situation that the state has found itself. We've seen very strong interventions from a group known as the Rivers Elders and Leadership Forum, which declared its support for Governor Fubara amidst the escalating political tensions in the state at a time. One of the members of the group will be speaking with us tonight. Human rights activist Ms. Ankio Briggs will be joining us in a moment. But let me remind everyone, the moment when Governor Fubara arrived in Port Harcourt and what he said, there are a lot of dust as to his relationship with the FCT minister. And the FCT minister in the program has said that they are moving forward and peace has returned. But let me allow you to again listen, for those who missed it, the moment when Governor Fubara said they are moving forward and they're restarting. Take a listen to him. This is the moment on Friday when he got back into town at the airport where supporters thronged the airport and waiting on him to arrive. Take a listen to him.
I accepted to abide by the state of emergency declaration and choose to cooperate with Mr. President and the National Assembly, guided by my conviction that no sacrifice was too great to secure peace, stability, and progress of Rivers State. This was why I also resisted the pressure to challenge the constitutionality of the declaration of the state of emergency, the suspension of democratic institution, and all other action that we endured during the difficult period. We believe the political crisis is now behind us and that peace and stability have once again returned to Rivers State, though not without the hard lessons learned from the emergency rule. The responsibility now rests squarely on us, the government, the State House of Assembly, the political leaders, the stakeholders, to put aside our differences work for the common good, advance the interests of our people above all else. Personally, I will never take Mr. President's kindness for granted, and for that, I hereby reaffirm my utmost loyalty and eternal gratitude.
Right, and just a reminder of what happened or what the governor of Rivers State said when he got back into Port Harcourt. Earlier I told you that we would be joined by a member of the Rivers Elders and Leadership Forum, Ms. Ankio, Briggs, rights activist, an environmental champion, is live for us on the program. It's good to see you again, Ms. Briggs. Thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. Good evening and happy Sunday.
Yeah, same to you, please. Let's begin. You heard what the governor said in church today. What kind of message, that message, of course, carry a lot of a lot of depth. If anyone who understands the politics and the recent history of Rivers State, what has happened over the last few months, what, in your own view, do you think that the governor was trying to communicate there?
He's trying to communicate as best as he can what has been agreed and between himself and the other politicians in Rivers State, particularly the politicians of the PDP party, which the Rivers State is on the platform. Now, he said a lot of things, and quite honestly, after what we've been through in Rivers State since 2023, it's not just only about the suspension and the state of emergency. It is also about what happened before then, which brought us to where we found ourselves and continue to find ourselves. I'm happy that he referred to the political arm, the local government, the assembly members, himself, and of course, the FCT minister. He referred, I am hoping he referred to the representatives at the National Assembly level, because they are part of the politicians. And he recognized the fact that there are stakeholders in all of these things. That is not just about politics, it is about stakeholders. And the stakeholders are the ordinary Rivers people who are not in politics, people like me, but who definitely have a say in what becomes of the state, because we will definitely have an input. And he recognized that, and that's heartwarming, comforting. But there are certain things also that are a little bit worrisome, but that does not mean it will create problem from where I am looking at it right now. As long as the stakeholders are part of the decisions, and that we become aware if there is any problem, so that we can have our input, because we can't no longer wake up in the morning and find that one building is on fire, one place is unstable, as they said it was when we eventually ended up with the state of emergency and the suspension of the governor of Rivers State, which has taken Rivers State and the people of Rivers State, our development, way, way, way back. But we're resilient people, and once we agree what is in the best interest of the people, I believe we will achieve what is in the best interest of the people of Rivers State.
Great. So we saw what a lot of what was those things that were said behind closed doors, and we saw how much the governor was thankful to President Bola Tinubu for resolving the matter. Are you as thankful to President Bola Tinubu as Governor Fubara is?
Definitely not. I think even the president himself will be aware of the fact that not everybody in Rivers State is going to be eternally grateful to him. or even the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and all the politicians, as a matter of fact, because quite honestly, especially the PDP political party, they brought us to where we are, and we feel, I definitely, as a stakeholder and as an elder, I feel very let down by the PDP political party, because since 1999 we have always voted, including me, for the PDP political party, and I feel that if they had stepped in, if they had done what they should have done right from the beginning, not just in Rivers State, but as a political party that is so prominent in the Niger Delta, the oil-producing states, that the PDP won't find it where it finds itself today, and Rivers State has to recover from the damage that even the PDP political party is part of, because of what they allowed to happen in their party and what they continue to allow to happen in their political party. So no, I'm not as happy or as grateful to the APC party the way that the governor is, but he is the politician. I am not, but I am really have the right to be interested in what politicians do in my name. But hopefully, even the president would have learned a lesson. It's not just the people of Rivers State that have learned a lesson. It's not just the governor of Rivers State or all the political players. Everybody has learned a lesson. And I think the biggest lesson has been learned by the people of Rivers State, the electorate, to know that we have rights that are much bigger and more profound than the rights that the politicians believe that they have, because they wouldn't be where they are without the people of Rivers State. So, and the people of Rivers State must maintain that position.
Will it be, I mean, if anyone is not grateful for President Bola Tinubu's intervention, the person is, I mean, it's right to say the person is ungrateful, because the president has said, if not because of his intervention, rivers will have burned. And his intervention has saved the state. And the governor has also reiterated that. Mr. Nyesom Wike, FCT Minister, has equally said that in all of those scenarios, I mean, things that we do not know, they are agreed upon. And I'd like to ask you, the settlement and some of the issues that were raised that came to public knowledge that they agree upon, and know that you have read some of them. What do you make of some of these settlements?
Well, those are the things that I believe is making the conversation still going on, because what led up to it and where we are today, and perhaps the terms and agreement. We are not clear on the terms and agreement. What we're getting are rumors. You have heard the governor speak to the people of Rivers State. He's spoken once on Friday when he arrived. He has spoken again in the church. And at no time do we have categorically a statement either from him or from the other players, the assembly members, the local government chairman, and every other politician, exactly what the agreements are. I think it's not acceptable when politicians make these agreements over our heads. It's like shaving the head of someone behind their back. We are the people that have paid the greatest price in all of these things, and to not be aware of the decisions which will affect us, and therefore we can't gauge to what extent these decisions will affect us, it becomes very difficult to flow with the politicians. Because it's just an impossible situation right now where we find ourselves, where we don't know what the president has insisted on, we don't know what has been agreed upon, and where does that leave the people of Rivers State? So we need to know what has been agreed on, and also the very grave issue of accountability from IBAS. He has to account to the people of Rivers State, even to Nigerians, for the sake of integrity and for the sake of justice and fairness, because you can't come into a state, get a hold of all their resources and funds, stay there for 6 months, and just walk away as if you were never there. He was here for 6 months, and within that 6 months, he spent our money. That's just the truth. And I see no reason why people should wonder why we call it our money. It's our money. It's not Lagos State money. It's not Katsina State money. It is the money of Rivers State.
Quickly, let me jump in quickly.